Ah, the pain runs deep. It's not a dream. The cellar beneath the sand has already emptied out. Execution at noon. Everyone in the county is watching the blade. No one notices the water at their feet. Sir, the ground has cracked again. Murky water is seeping at the base. The wooden stake has sunk half a foot. The crack keeps spreading inward. What are you imagining? First, execute this duck. Only then can we calm the people. We can't drive more stakes anymore. Boldly replacing the official with a convict. Who allowed you to speak? The murky water is coming from below. It's not clear water. The water brings the soil out. The inside of the embankment is already hollow. The wooden stake is sinking. It's not being pressed down. The ground below has gone soft. The crack keeps moving inward. That means the water has already passed through. More stakes and soil will just shake the embankment. A whole section of the embankment base could collapse. If you know water management, how did you let 17 people die? If I'm wrong, the blade is right here. If I'm right, for every moment you delay, Juco County grows closer to complete destruction. Sir, at this critical moment, the opening has gotten bigger. Sandbags pressed up just get pushed away. What happens if we keep plugging the breach the old way? Sandbags block the exit. But the water pressure doesn't disappear. It only drills deeper into the embankment, making the hole bigger. The base goes first, then the embankment breaks after. Hongfeng's blade. It's not just flooding a few villages. It's the whole county facing disaster. To stop the water, don't use sandbags or stakes. What else can we use? River work has always been like this. Always been this way. Then people wouldn't die. People. Speak the method. Bravery must be tempered with caution. Block the source, but let some water out. Let the soil stay behind. Filter the mud only at the exit. Press down at the base to release internal pressure. The hardened ropes shouldn't be untied. The people's grievances are right here. If we don't execute today, who bears the blame when the court investigates? If we execute him now, who will defend against the enemy? Linjo under my command won't shoot you. You have 12 hours. If the enemy is here, you live. If the enemy breaks through, you die first. Someone, come with a blade. If Linjo causes chaos and the enemy breaks through, execute on the spot. "12 hours. Anyone who wants to live, follow me to get grass bags, gravel, doorboards, ropes. Bring everything you have at home. My family has 3 bags left. My family has a bowl. There are stones and ropes by the riverbank. Go to the dock to get them. "300 people ate last meal. When did they eat? Some have only had 2 sips of river water since last night. Up to now, they've only had 2 sips of river water. The county granary has records and seals. There are disaster relief funds. No imperial order to release them. Must not open it without authorization. Our personal grain is for our families. Lin officers trying to take 300 lives. If you're gambling with the embankment, you ought to find your own way. What bags are you moving with no food? Starving and plugging the embankment. Does the Yellow River demand lives in exchange? When food runs out, people scatter. When people scatter, the embankment breaks. You're blocking not just grain, but the whole city's lives. You talk big, but where's the food? Let people move first. Grass bags to the east. Gravel split into two teams. Short boards and stakes by the seepage mouth. Hang ropes up. Number them by team. Move by command. Act on orders. There's a danger under the alloy pillar. What is this? Skinny ones still have dog bone. Hard to eat, grinds teeth, but can make porridge.
It might save lives.
Wild grass can also be food. We don't need polished rice or fine flour now. We need 300 pairs of hands not to stop. Linjo's fertile fields. Team 7 switch to food collection. Elderly women and children break and pound grass. Only half the young men are sent. 2 teams must stay for transport at the embankment base. I recognize the bedding. Don't let the kids eat it. Too much killed in the first pot. Sister-in-law. I'm not helping you. The enemy must not break through. I know you're helping the enemy. Water level reported up 2 more inches. Is this a cart or ink mill? Ink mills don't need cattle or horses, nor do they need people to push. Water makes them turn. It's right here. Water isn't afraid of slow, just scatter. Narrow down the platform and head. Let him use the leaf plank. It's closer to the granary, less transport, further from main embankment. Doesn't hurt the roots, haha. The embankment itself might not hold. And you're still thinking about making an ink mill, a mill that doesn't use cattle or horses? It's either witchcraft or madness. He's gambled 300 lives on building this mill. The mystical ink mill. If the embankment holds, you live. If the embankment breaks, you die. If it's not built in 3 days, may not even get the red draft. 6 processes at once. Which task? Go measure water at the tributary. 2 teams of laborers. Dig drain, carpenters place stakes, assemble wheel frame. Shape leaf plank. Blacksmiths dismantle old fencing. Fit axle sleeves with iron hoops. 1 more team to repair old millstones. Patrol team don't move. Half a foot off, and it won't run straight. Notch left, finish right. Release the wheel. It's not just the frame. Water level up another inch. Axle is crooked, teeth won't mesh. Forcing it will just break. The situation isn't stable. It's too rushed. I see the deadline coming in 3 days. He still can't turn Linjo. What will you tell them? Before it fell apart, he already told us what went wrong. Reshape 3 wooden teeth. Shorten tooth base by half a foot. Move axle seat half an inch. Pat wood, rest, iron hoop, bind it tight again. Don't clamp the millstone tight yet. Still tweaking. Whoever finishes a part, record it. The famous mill turns. Grind your family's grain first. Half a bowl of porridge tonight. Patriots in Lynn can't keep the sea. If they can, it's up to this moment. Release the water. Release the water. Everyone, as you can see, the 3-day deadline is up. We're now in Linzhou. How will you explain to the imperial inspector for delaying the grain? Better to send it back to the city mill. The price remains the same. At least we won't waste the grain here. Laura Lin's blade has always been sharp. It's not that water can't power the mill. The water level is off. Still trying to argue? Test run failed. That's data, not a conclusion. Move the water channel half a foot to the left. Exchange the long ruler for a shorter one. Add oiled paper to the shaft sleeve. Raise the millstone by a finger's width. Run it empty first, then add grain. Try again in half an hour. Anyone who wants to send the grain back to the city mill, leave now. The stars are turning. We've really profited. The water is powering the mill. It's truly water that's powering the mill. Feed in a small amount of grain. This thing can really keep people from starving to death. One day, 6,000 jin of grain milled. Even more than the city's 3 mills combined. The Longjing turned black due to leakage. Block the grain carts at the entrance. Don't allow them to deliver to the riverside. It's not just a few millstones. What he's trying to take is our livelihood. If the grain carts don't pass through the old city roads, that's breaking the rules. The wooden scaffolds by the river. No official trade rating, so there's no county office paperwork. On what grounds are they taking our work? Director Lin cut the prices down. Old mills shut down, breaking the imperial palace's livelihoods. How do you settle these accounts? Whoever gambles on the grain carts today is betting on forcibly seized grain. If the levy gives way, your mills will be underwater. Are you still talking about rules? Imperial Inspector Wei has ordered Linzhou to temporarily oversee the breached county to prevent any city disputes. Grain, labor, and materials are handled accordingly. Carts pass the crossroads. The toll is cut in half. Seized grain is properly recorded. Last year, the levee was repaired. They promised grain in 3 days. Worked for 9 days, but only got half a bowl of gruel. If it's done today, will you really get to take the flour? Maybe not. You won't come back tomorrow. And I won't be able to build the next machine. The next one. The water-powered machine doesn't depend on experts. River water turns the water wheel. The water wheel drives the horizontal shaft. The horizontal shaft runs the chain bucket. The chain bucket scoops water from below and lifts it to the high trough, then flows down into the fields. Hang the chain bucket up. It falls apart after 2 turns. That's why we're building a prototype first. Let's just get it running today. If it's wrong, fix it. Test again after fixing it. I'll register names for rope making. I'm in too. Me too. I'm going to repair planks. You want to build a monster on the levee, not directly on the levee body. 30 steps from the main levee. Setting up a new wooden frame won't damage the levee base. 50 acres of higher fields. We'll see water today. Tonight I'll stand guard. Sister. The black water hasn't receded. The water volume is still high. The land is in urgent need. Yet, you're taking apart the boat to make a monster. If this fails, and delays the emergency rations, how will you make up for it? If it fails, I'll dismantle it and reinforce the levee. If it works, 50 acres of high land. We'll see water once the gate opens today. See that? A monster is a monster. The gambling circle thinks the high trough is safe. The water is pouring in too fast. Is the Yellow River going to plow the field for you now? What a joke. Enough, Linjo. I said, all attachments fade in time. Check every other tooth. Space the shaft teeth by a bucket's width. Shave off half a finger's height. Leave a gap at the bend. Raise the high trough tail. It's leaking air. Use hemp fiber mixed with mud to seal. Let's wedge it one more time. Otherwise the shaft is ruined. Then run it empty for half a turn first. Then hang the water bucket. You're afraid it'll fall apart. I am too, but I'm more afraid the fields won't get water. Stop standing around. Start it up. The stars are turning. Hang the bucket. The water really went up. It worked without anyone stepping on it. The Yellow River is turning the wheel. Will you still be hiring tomorrow? One water-powered machine irrigates 50 acres.
10 can do 500 acres.
Supervisor Lin is building a second water wheel. One wheel failed. It can only save 50 mu. I'm not just saving 50 mu. I'm saving this whole area. Starting tomorrow, dig channels according to the elevation difference of the fields. One level after another. Channel the water down. You still have to modify the old canal. The next step is to build a stepped irrigation system. Touching the old canal involves several villages, land deeds and water agreements. Any changes must first be reported to the county yamen and official documents prepared. Wait until all the local gentry agree. The ancestor canal can't be touched. If the intake changes, today it floods their home, tomorrow your home will be in drought. As long as the county's flood issue isn't solved, I have the authority to make emergency arrangements. Anyone who wants to wait for paperwork can wait for water, but not for wooden poles. 2 hemp ropes, a bundle of water bowls, bamboo rulers and stakes. The old Ku Canal has been dead for many years. There might be rat holes underneath. If the underground slope is too steep, the field gets washed away. If it's too shallow, the water doesn't flow. So measure first. Oh, watch the water level, not the person's eye. When the surface is level, both ends are at the same height. First water test. Open up about a foot for a small flow. It works. Stop. See that? The dry field can't absorb the water. One field collapses. All 30,000 mu could go down. Li Zhang, you changed the water course without permission and destroyed someone's land. You got a small promotion for it. Muddy water is bubbling out here. There's a void underneath. Old Mr. Hu found a sunken spot. There's a hollow below. If we bypass this part, the branch canal should be run half a foot lower. Let's do what you said. Lower it by half a foot and let 3 teams open up the branch. 2 teams block the embankment entrance. If the outlet is still misaligned after opening, divert it into the wasteland ditch. No water goes to the fields. Second water test. Only open the finger's width. Let the water find its path first. Oh. Just use a water wheel to carry water up. The channels behind distribute water on their own. Now it's steady. No more manual carrying. No need to step with your feet. Water goes into the field by itself. That's a real channel. What Lord Lin meant was decisiveness. The water board broke through the field ridge. Let the whole county see. The new canal in Linzhou destroys farmland. If the sound of water is dull, it's not because it's hollow underneath. It's because the opening is blocked. Don't move your hand. Move it again, and it will be nailed to the gate together. The water is still muffled. Close the emergency gate. Leave just a trickle. Linzhou, you've got some nerve. Gathering laborers at night, beating tenant farmers. They're not afraid. The new canal floods their fields. They're protecting their own land, said the gateboard was. Pried loose and the wood cut away. Branch canal inlet blocked by straw bags and wet mud. Water can't get through. It can only be forced back. Once the crust breaks, it will flood the low fields first, then cut off the high fields. Half the water is gone. That's not protecting the field. Anyone truly protecting it wouldn't destroy the gate first. We didn't mean to kill anyone. We were paid in grain and silver to sabotage the gate. This canal is not private property. It's a disaster prevention and grain irrigating project. Cutting off the canal means cutting off the water. It destroys everyone's livelihood in the county. Main culprits will be punished publicly. They'll be handed over to the imperial envoy for execution according to law. Accomplices wear tags and serve hard labor. Escort them to repair the canal. Anyone else who breaks the canal or stops the water will be punished as if destroying a levy death penalty. Starting tonight, label every canal inlet with a number. Main, secondary, and branch canals. Write down clearly which gate and which mouth. Canal Inspection Duty Board. Old river engineer in charge, Qinhu patrols the bright and dark parts of Mingzhou and listens to the flow. Check each gate. Whoever's on duty must sign. If there's trouble, check the duty board first. You still dare to make rules? I do. Because every coin spent is written right here. Iron hoops, nails, blade repairs, and axle techniques. The board, wooden stakes, oxhead wood, black carp. Straw bag usage for canal repair. City water charges are collected per mu, not by household income. All expenses are posted at the canal side, for everyone to see. Uplanders can't block the water. Downstream can't steal water by opening gates. Anyone reporting canal destruction or water theft gets grain or wages as a reward. Who would dare stamp it in secret? Next year, none of my land will be rented out. All outstanding grain debts must be settled before dawn. Who would marry whom? That would cut off my family's livelihood. My family's 2 acres of highland fields. Registered at the secondary canal outlet. Second segment after nightfall. Dry highland fields yield not a single grain without water. With water, you pay 1/10 and 90% remains. You do the math yourself. Tie it up. My family has had dry fields for 3 generations. If it's really possible to plant paddy fields. Supervisor Lin Shin Pangzi has stabilized the situation. The water level at the second old canal mouth is sufficient too. If the canal continues to expand at this rate, 30,000 acres of dry land could all be converted to paddy fields. Don't just save this patch of land. Convert all the fields in the county. The mill keeps delivering grain. Wages have been registered. Farmers get priority in irrigation scheduling. Carpenters and blacksmiths are busy with chopping boards and iron hoops. Chin Hu manages night patrols and the irrigation schedule. Oh. Give me an old wooden board. How many words can you write? My husband didn't live to see this water. I need the future generations to remember who left the water behind. Remove the names and establish a shrine. Win over the people's hearts. This act weighs heavier than privately altering the field pillars. If you must record crimes, record them as you wish. Remember to accept 30,000 acres by district. Farmers voluntarily set up signs. Linjo hasn't received a penny, write that down too. Supervisor Ling currently has iron tools. They won't last for long. If all 30,000 acres are to be activated, everything falls short. Fields need grain, but first need iron. Start forging iron from tomorrow. Roots exposed at high spots. Roots rot at low spots. Uneven water means uneven seedlings. The field surface doesn't exceed the limit. Don't store deep water. Supervisor Lin is converting dry fields to paddy fields. This concerns field regulations. You're privately altering field regulations. If the conversion fails, who takes responsibility? Old seeds aren't given. Good generations will not be continued. Don't come to borrow ox tools either. If it really goes wrong, what about grave expenses? Grow seedlings and test the fields first. First compare with whom. No family's rations will be risked. Just plant one selected patch. Plant one patch with same field surface, same water depth, same seedlings. See how much is finally harvested. Post it all by the canal. Fields with lamp posts get priority for planting. Priority for rotation irrigation. Priority for field inspection. Don't force those without lamp posts. There's a clear count of people per canal gate. If you end up last, don't blame timing for field delays. Collapsed, collapsed. The fields collapsed. Didn't I say so? Even the ancestral heart method and heavenly field law can't save the fields now. A good reform of the people's fields. If dam management fails, I'll take responsibility. After receiving people. The water stop first, observe. Close the upstream gate. Close half the gate. Don't completely cut off. No, to canal mouth. Open 3 inches to divert the waterhead. Old river workers lead the navigation team. Old carpenter picks up the water dividing board. Open a temporary overflow outlet. It's not the fields that can't take the water. It's the new field port lacking proper slope. The drop is too sudden, waterhead pushes against soft stems. No drainage outlet downstream. All the water is pressured here. Miss Lane is right. It's the waterhead pressing on soft stems. It's not that the fields can't retain water. Paddy fields don't fear water. What they fear is not inspecting the ridge. The disaster is watering all at once without dividing. Follow the rules, and it yields grain. Disregard the rules, it becomes disaster. No collapse. Supervisor Lin currently has iron tools. They won't last for long. If all 30,000 acres are to be activated, everything falls short. The water has entered the fields. But what about plows? What about hoes? What about chopping mushrooms? Without iron, the water is just an empty framework. Drawing deep water and grinding also can drive the bellows. If weather turns cold, iron workhouses are needed first. Over there, work starts simultaneously today. First win over the people, then gather workers, then open the furnace for iron making. Today make plows. Tomorrow we can forge knives. Privately build iron-working sheds. Gather crowds to make tools. If knives and weapons start flowing out, can you take responsibility? 30,000 acres of paddy fields. What's lacking is plows, not knives. If Lawyer Lin's first furnace fails, there will be half as much carbon and material. Shutting off the air is too abrupt. Linzhou is risking people's lives to test out witchcraft. Illegally manufacturing deadly weapons. The evidence is right before your eyes, the air furnace. Who dares to cross the line? I'm guarding the waterworks site. If you want to pass, bring an imperial edict. It's not my fault. It's the wind's fault. Close half the gate and open the air vent. Patch the furnace wall with clay. Stick broken pottery pieces to the cracks. Press the bellows into shuttle blades. Don't press hard on both at the same time. Keep steady. Don't let the wind steal the fire. This old man has been forging iron his whole life. Never seen such bright white iron. Master, this is just one furnace. What do you know? If he can make his own farm tools, why would shopkeepers need to borrow our plows? The furnace opens tomorrow. The old man will guard the first furnace. Fetch water, turn the mill, flip the cart. Now, can even turn the furnace. Maybe we can still turn the hammer later. Get the iron out first. Even the charcoal pile needs tampering. Someone has messed with the charcoal pile. If the charcoal is dirty, the fire will be weak. The molten iron is full of black slag. The first furnace is in jeopardy. Illegal furnace construction. Moving iron without formal paperwork. This official is sealing the furnace and checking accounts today. Look closely. Brittle iron fired in haste looks just like this. After 3 days of cooking, spring plowing gets delayed, rent and grain are still collected. Don't come back crying for a plow then. If Supervisor Lin's hoe actually breaks, spring plowing will be lost. If the second half still has black slag, I'll shut down the furnace myself. If good iron comes out, I'll weigh it and take back the seal paperwork. Pile up the muddy baskets separately. No need to sift the crushed ore again. The finer particles will be used in the next furnace. Charcoal in hidden baskets. 3 baskets of charcoal to 1 basket of ore. All wet charcoal gets kicked out. The old carpenter presses the lever. Loosen the lever at the line. Half a finger past the tip of the drill. The old blacksmith pre-opens the notch. After the black notch passes half a finger, start draining. Good charcoal. 21 ore with 3 lumps of charcoal mixed in, whose flashlight is sticking out. This break is fine, sparks like a cloud. Striking it doesn't spit out black slag. This old fellow has been forging iron his whole life. Never seen pig iron this clean. The old hoe flips its blade after 3 hits. How come the new hoe has only 1 white marking? I want to buy a hoe. Me too. Snap a picture of a plow handle for me. New hoe at the old iron shop. Half-price plows aren't numbered. First to supply 30,000 acres of rice paddies. Recycling old iron implements at a discount. Supervisor Lin can produce iron, but not enough workers. With hammering as it is now, orders won't be finished in 3 months. Water can turn the furnace. Can really turn the hammer. Not enough manpower. Let canal water swing the hammer instead. The furnace can burn iron, can pour iron. Sulfur can also come out. But hoe blades need to break. Plow handles need repairing. Supervisor Lin, my family's spring plowing can't wait 3 days. At this rate, we still won't finish in 3 months. Without people hammering day and night. Let the water wheel do the work. Water wheel drives the horizontal shaft. Put cam wheels on the shaft. Cam wheel lifts the hammer bar up top. Let go of the hammer. It falls by its own weight. Drops down, people just add kindling. Flip it over and watch the fire. If the hammer falls off center, it hits not the iron, but people. Gather iron paste, store iron material. Build a heavy hammer. Linzhou, Are you making farm tools or military weapons? Is it military equipment? Not up for debate. If you forge blades and spears today, your air method makes hoes. Register them as farming tools. Only 3 people left at the hammer. Batch handler watches the hammer guy. The notcher gives commands. 4 in total. Open and close the gate. Raise the batch. Clear people. Open the gate. Add kindling. Clear the people. This isn't forging iron. It's killing people. Building a heavy hammer to harm the people is an extra offense. You still dare to try. Listen up. Replace the gear wheel, don't force it. Add fiber to both sides of the hammer handle. Keep the wooden stake a finger's width apart. Move the hammer base half an inch to the left. Level it again at the right time. Add notches to the gate. Open only 1 notch the first time. Open the small gate 1 notch to set the blank. Not off by a single mark. No unauthorized personnel near the power hammer. Only 3 people allowed inside the red rope. Each batch inspected according to the template. Pay for each qualified piece. Machine injury? The workshop is responsible heavy penalty for those approaching against orders. If you let him keep hitting like this, the tenants will have grain coming in and out without issue. Who would still borrow applause? If I spread the word that the machine hammer makes farm tools unstable, they'll ruin their fields selling them. There aren't enough commoners just in Linksha. A farm tool is a farm tool, and a heavy hammer is a heavy hammer. Write it up as military arms. Let's see which version the authorities believe. Who buys a hoe from Linzhou? Whose field is it? No need to plan this year. Stop the rent and grain. Double the land rent. No guarantees. Gather blacksmiths to make the heavy hammer. Stockpiling iron materials in Linzhou looks like a weapons workshop to the officials. Long strips of iron sheet. If not used for swords, what else for? Chinhu steps back half a step. Whoever makes the first move today gives them the handle against us. Investigation is allowed. Check accounts, check materials, check molds, check orders. You can't just listen to one person. Iron batch no, 37. 80 pounds into storage. 13 pounds of scrap, 62 pounds out of storage. 6 presenting gifts from Xia village. 27 hoes. Gift shop ordered by my family in Xia village. Who has the tag? This diagram has the wheel hit at the dead spot on the hammer handle. If made exactly like that, the handle will break on the first strike. Whoever drew the diagram never stood at the hammer station. Doesn't even understand the hammer head's backswing. Material cut for no. 37. 2 feet long, stake 3/10 thick. To Xia village's Lijiao for dragon ramp shoot. Which part of this matches reality? Open the gate 1 notch. My family's custom order from Xia village. The curse has released the snake. 6 pounds, 2 ounces no. 37 officer. If you say it's a sword, show us how it turns into a sword first. Batch 37 intake, scrap iron, process, mold, order. They're all here. Even if it's not a weapon, the water hammer starts, and the blacksmiths still have work to do. Factory inspection today. And it's not just about the iron. It's about making a living. Wild Iron Works and Watermill are open for hiring today. The more you work, the more you earn. No upper limit. Boss, you say the water hammer took our jobs, but I worked half a day less yesterday and still got more work out of the hammer than before. 126,287. That side is full too. There are still people coming with bedding. 460. $503,007's hand. The Tianfeng illegally making weapons. Shut down the furnace immediately. Arrest in Lingzhou. The imperial inspector gave you civil water control duties, not permission to open another iron shop. Did the Yamen hear that? If you stay, you're tearing open the iron furnace with them. Yamen will charge each one after harvest. Who still dares to collect wages? Guilty by association. Bookkeeper, start a new ledger. In the county at a certain time. Sealing wild iron works for illegal weapon making. List all names present. Official, every reason for sealing the furnace written exactly as stated. First set permissions today, then determine the evidence. If Wild Iron Works has nothing to do with water control, I'll take the blame myself. If it does, this order cuts off both spring farming and disaster relief. Qin Hu, go check the old iron shop's woodshed. Find the material register and draft blueprints. Tools for levee maintenance, shovels, lead rods, stake hoops. Without these, who will stake the riverbank on both sides? Dig out 20 plowshares from Xia village by hand. 60 hoes for Shuang village. 30 sickles and plows for Shijian village. And 3 more fields lost for spring planting. Water-powered cart. No axles or hoops, wind furnace and water can't reach the fields. I follow Lord Wei's orders. On guard here. Lord Wei, acting on Lin's orders, is acting as troops. Limited to Juko County. Flood control and disaster relief. After disaster recovery, spring planting, and all related personnel and material requisition are handled. Even then, if Wild Iron Works is involved with water control, what about the illegal weapons? Mold serial tag. Records for product, scrap, and process. Blueprint edges have hidden material codes. Pressed by angle iron. Found the fire starter in the shed rafter to wedge into the stove. Check this number and see if it matches. Angle iron stamp matches. The boss asked me to draw it. Said just to map the water wheel and hammer positions. Suspicious diagram setup. Not preserving evidence according to inspection procedure. Bypassing the inspector's order. Yamen laborers forcibly sealed the furnace with the closure order. In cahoots with the local gentry from the old iron shop, intimidating and coercive. Suspected of bribery and embezzlement. How dare you touch a royal officer? If I don't strip you of your position. Shielding for the official on purpose. Halt all orders. You're involved in Juko County's flood control and spring farming. Seal and stamp everything. Deliver to monitoring Yamen laborers for escort. Imperial inspector to hear the flood case. What is Ling's role in this? Thank you for your order, sir. The fire must not go out. 3 shifts as listed. 7 processing steps. Who dares skip a signature? Half today's wages docked. The furnace is still hot. We can keep forging. Xiangshan is missing 2 nail workers. The boss from the old iron shop is missing too. If one official can't hold it, go down the riverbank and find people. Water hammer, food coupon, none of these ledgers can stay overnight. Lingzhou stands guard today, so tomorrow we can take farming tool orders from the village. If it's delayed 3 more days, my foundry's furnace will have to go cold. The hydraulic hammer bearing is here. Break the pin. The whole structure is ruined. The boiler room doesn't need to be fully heated. Oil-splashed fan and wooden frame. What will he use to start work tomorrow morning? If the ledger is gone, there's no record of wages. No food coupons to settle accounts. 500 people will gather to scour the riverbank reeds for black kidneys. Burning the water wheel at midnight destroys the ledger and smashes the hydraulic hammer. Liang Xing applied for 3 cans of kerosene. Claimed it was for repairing the warehouse lights at the old iron workshop. The clerk passed by the supply shed in the afternoon and spoke to the laborers. Went to the riverbank. Came back 1 short. Director Lin, I used to carry rent at Zhou Family Village. Just now I heard the manager say tonight we can't use the water wheel. After midnight, he still mentioned the ledger was gone. Tomorrow morning everyone has to return to the village. Why are you telling me just now? I'm scared, but my wife just received half a sack of rice. Tonight my child asked for the first time if we could put more bran in the porridge. If I don't say anything, tomorrow, coupons, food tickets, wage records, all will be gone. Zhao Mankang filed an abnormal report, rewarded with 2 pints of rice. After land transfer, safety shelters are off limits for solo trips. They will definitely come. Then let them die where they deserve to. Community ledger and food coupons transferred to the inner courtyard. Double registration. Women, children, and the wounded moved to the empty shelter behind the land. Extra guards at the boiler room, granary, irrigation, and hammer stations. Add iron hoops to scrap metal piles. East gate and narrow passage. Leave space for people to cross. Carts and horses can't charge through. Hang all lights high to illuminate the ground. Don't shine on people. Please. Iron hoops and wooden handles are secured. Keep hands off the main pipe. Drill small holes in the fire door to have the capacity. And reduce by another 20%. Short barrels only fire about a dozen steps. Load with iron sand, accuracy isn't needed. Just aim to break up the charge. Just crafted weapons with us. Now that we're really making firearms, aren't we doing it for real? Tonight isn't about private soldiers. It's rescue equipment for mutual grain visits. Every piece is numbered. Each firing, efficiency gets recorded. Whoever sets fire to the granary is cutting off the lives of 500 people. When it comes before Lord Wei's case, I can lay out the books. Number 2 is reinforced. Number 3 has a wooden handle, fire sticks, use a small bamboo tube for measurement. There's something new at the ferry. Tire tracks are deep in the muddy road. Heavy load on the cart. Kerosene smell among the reeds. It will definitely come. Sir, if they really come, wait for them to enter and shoot arrows. Wait. Don't move. It will explode. This thing can't be used. Reduce the No. 72 charge by another 30%. Use only those whose arm barrels have passed inspection. Gunners retreat behind the second row of sandbags. Do we still shoot at them? Burn the water wheel, burst the gun. Tomorrow, everyone here has to kneel and go back to the village to fight. But fight by the rules. Burn the water wheel and smash the hammer. Find the ledger. After D, follow the wooden raft path. Even the broken iron can is ready for use. Thunderbolt burned down his bandit house. Not yet. Wait 3 more steps. Let go. Don't pursue far. Second team reload the guns. Guard only the granary and water wheel. Seal the riverbank with kettles. Retreat. Make way. Riverbank Road. Riverbank entrance is sealed. None of you should even think about escaping. Who paid you? Who gave you the map? Who told you to burn the water wheel and return? You can deny the ledger. When it goes before the Imperial Inspector, the Zhou family will claim ignorance. The old iron workshop will say you stole the plans. You're covering for them. It was the Zhou manager who gave you the silver notes. The grain firm gave the kerosene and wooden tags. The old iron shop clerk brought the plans. Go raid their granary. They want to cut off our livelihood. Let's not let them live either. If you rush in now, you're just the mob they're accusing you of being. Then my husband died for nothing. Go with me. You'll be a witness. Let them deny it in front of the Imperial Inspector. And see with your own eyes that they can't deny it. 2 armored silver notes. Invoice number and amount. Zhou family's private seal and muddy trails recorded. Jia 2 grain firm wooden tag, secret mark, missing corner, inscription on the back. Jia 3 offense and defense, no red seal. Water wheel, accounts room, hydraulic hammer. Jia 4 black distant witness statement. Jia 5 kerosene residue can and a silver note. They will say it was stolen. A wooden tag? They'll say it was lost. A statement? They'll say it was forced. But the 5 items corroborate each other. They won't be able to deny it. Why did Lingzhou mobilize the fire line to guard the granary at night? Water wheel, accounts room. Is it an attempt to use the bandit case to raid the gentry? We want to, but the Lord has to reconsider. The firearm is huge, heavier than the official model. Any mishap is enough to send you back to the execution field. 5 short muskets. Number of firings. Shelter records and purpose. Sealed. If the evidence is not enough, I accept guilt. If the evidence stands, please ask the Imperial Inspector to publicly verify, Your Honor. 1 word from the bandits and the gentry's home gets raided. Doesn't the world still have law and order? The wooden tag was lost long ago. The kerosene was for fixing the warehouse lights. Let's check the invoice numbers first. Ghost 731,732's Embankment Silver Materials. Yesterday afternoon, Embankment Silver Materials. At midnight, ended up in Black Kidney's pocket. Kerosene burned in the rear warehouse for delivery. Accounts were settled. Last night, warehouse lights were repaired. 4 cans of kerosene. The engraved code on the damaged wooden tag matches the number at the bottom of the jar. The mark on the wooden tag matches. The corner of the blueprint. Code marking. The angle iron has pressed over. The code matches. The marking on the angle iron also matches. The shopkeeper asked me to draw it. At midnight, 2nd watch and a half. Had the family servant collect the night shift wage. Delivered wooden tags and kerosene to the Zhou family back door. You just said you guarded all night. How did you get the shift token? The supervisor told me to say that. Colluding with bandits. Night attack on a key river site. Setting fire to destroy water control equipment. Seized and sealed the Zhou family grain warehouse. Land assets involved in the case. Sealing the Grain Association warehouse. Sealing assets from the old ironworks. Weighing the silver chest and sealing it. 1. Signed land contract. Sealed the account book for livestock, farm tools, and iron materials, Volume 1. Anyone who takes even a tael privately will be judged as theft of genuine silver. This land truly doesn't belong to the Zhou family anymore. From the moment it was dropped from Toyota, it's no longer land involved in the case. 20,000 shares of silver and a warehouse with 100,000 taels of grain. Refugees fleeing from 3 towns and 3 counties. Heard that the Zhou family's land was confiscated. They're already coming toward Jukou County. Manager Lin. The Zhou family's land isn't under the name Zhou anymore. But whose name is it now? If the refugees divide the grain, what will the ironworks eat tomorrow? If the furnace stops, who will forge the mule heads and cutting boards? The Zhou family is done for. Lin Zhou is to form the new Zhou Family Inspector Detachment. You can seal the door but not stop hungry people. No embezzling or taking cuts. 20,000 shares of land go into the public fund, turned into a state-run farm. The grain warehouse first supplies the industrial iron house and produces spring plowing tools. 100,000 taels of silver, used to manage water, expand workshops, and supply grain, seeds, tools, and other supplies. Money is distributed. Everyone gets to eat for a few days. After 3 days, any leftovers go to the public fund. Enough to support a public house. 1 canal, 20,000 acres for spring plowing. Turned into a farm. Do we still need to pay rent to the Zhou family? Starting today. These 20,000 acres aren't under Zhou anymore. Farm, canal, warehouse. Volume 1, Land Register. 20,000 acres are divided into work zones based on water source and terrain. Canal-side fields are planted first. Volume 2, Register tenant farmers, disaster victims and landless as hired hands. Volume 3, Canal Book. Each zone has a water district and distributes cash. Payment tickets are issued by the hour. Volume 4, Warehouse Book. Distribution and registration of tools, oxen, and seeds are standardized. What about the ironworks? Supply order. First the emergency team, second. Ironworks and water control workshops are third. Plowing equipment team is fourth. Hired hands register fifth. Disaster victims and the elderly get relief. Same acre of land. Why do you say you can harvest more? Xiaomenkang Zhou family allocated you 8 acres. How much did you yield last year? Half a season of drought. Harvested 22 dan, metric tons. Paid 14 in rent. Deducted. Ox rental, seed debts, and mill fees. Another 6 dan gone. How much did your family have left? 2 dan, finished baking in 12th lunar month. With Zhou's methods, 10 shares of fields yield only 3 or 4 shares of effort. Upstream flow is blocked. Few oxen, few plows. Unscreened seeds. Broken tools delay work for half a month. The farm's method standardizes irrigation and oxen. Farm collectively raises sheep. Warehouse loss is openly held accountable. Bonuses given by zone for overproduction. You know more about the land than I do. If we don't rush, water can catch the farming season. The food is right in front you, why not take it? When refugees from other counties come, not even the bran will be left. Move back quickly. No harming the people. If you don't ease up, the cargo door will break. Open half the cargo door. Check the grain but don't move it. Bag number 1 in the fake warehouse is inspected and sealed publicly. Chinhu weighs and carries. Tag is tied and marked with Chinhu. Warehouse door can be opened. Don't mess up the grain. If people snatch the storage today, tomorrow the entire line will be out of grain. Whoever registers for the farm gets 3 days of grain first today. Whoever grabs the warehouse loses registration eligibility. Don't listen to him. They're hoarding grain to starve our county's people. The mark matches, they're paying us silver to incite a grain grab. Damn it, you're sacrificing us to keep the Joe family going. Anyone truly hungry, register to get grain tickets. Anyone using silver to incite snatching the warehouse, restrain them. Who's stirring trouble in the name of the hungry? Secretly destroying imperial grain. Ruining the spring farming effort. Just check the caves. Do not implicate innocent hungry people with the warehouse grabbers. Name: Manager Lin. Wages and grain tickets can really be claimed according to the register. The grain we grow really belongs to us. Bonuses and registers settled daily. Overproduction rewards are accounted for by district. Register is posted outside the warehouse door. The first thing isn't putting in a good word for me. It's offsetting your debts for you. I've worked Joe's land half my life. Now they're changing the system. I'm signing up too. I can handle a plow. The women in my family can fan grain. My father can check the crop. My legs aren't good, but my eyes aren't blind. Ironworks and waterworks, 3 shifts food rations. Manager Lin, I'll go back and calm folks down. Don't stop the furnace. Manager Lin, is this area 300 acres or 500 after all? How does the total jump by 170 acres if you add up the old accounts? These households have advanced ration coupons. They also sent wages on the side, afraid it would be too much. Is this winding line a road or a canal? If it's a canal, where does the water come from? We lack people who can do accounting, read plans, measure land, and manage water. You still want more people? It's not about wanting people. It's about producing capable people. Zamin is waiting for grain. Spring plowing is waiting for people. You want to teach by the granary, ignoring the classics, and only learning how to dig canals in Lianggo. Since when has Daong relied on craftsmen's cunning to gain power? Even a child can understand. A few drawings can outweigh our decades of craftsmanship. He hasn't carried mud for half a day. Who will cover the grain he didn't earn? Setting up unauthorized schools, distributing grain and money, and it all ends up in the manager's report. This is forming cliques and rallying crowds. If you're trying to win hearts with achievements, I'll be the first to take you down. Chinhu, move the water trough. Bring sand, soil, measuring rods, ropes, and buckets. Water flows downhill. Even a 3-year-old knows this. And you still need skilled people to teach it. Water flowing downhill is common knowledge. But making sure water doesn't ruin the fields is a skill. If you dig the canal according to this line, when the spring water comes, will it flow to the upper or lower fields? If it's too steep or too gentle, it'll silt up or become barren. This can't just be argued about. It's about whether there will be food after harvest. What's your name? A Ching, from the Ruli workshop, recorder of hammering techniques. Can you count to 100? I can. Come here. 1 section is 1 foot. 10 sections make 1 zhang. Measure the height at both ends of the water trough. Then measure the length of the canal. Tell me the drop in inches for 10 jang of canal. 3 jang drops 9 inches. This is the kind of person Manager Lin trained. If you get it wrong, measure again. Measuring twice is cheaper than losing a section of embankment. 10 jang drops 3 inches. If you dig 9 inches like before, what happens? It's too steep, the water will be too fast. It'll break through the field ridge. You need a gentle slope, or add baffles halfway, and use a small wooden gate at the inlet to block the flow. Modify it as you just described. If the North District really calls my aunt, my patch of spring crops will be wiped out. So just now he wasn't solving a problem. He was protecting dozens of acres for you. This isn't just reading books for show. This is priority work for protecting the fields. Send 2 more. This is my youngest child, really bright and good at math. Don't embarrass me. Bring those 2 rings back. Manager Lin has the people now, but what will Ku Kong use for posts? They rot in the water after 3 years. Lime mortar softens with a single soak. Stone has to be hauled from the mountains. The wagon wheels sink and break. Lime, clay, kill ash, mix with water to harden. Now, what is this? Cement. This stuff makes walls collapse even faster. Kids from the school are dragged to fire the kill. If burned shoes ruin the sweet water, who pays? Lin Zhou, this little matter you mentioned, has already ruined 1 batch. I'll give you 1 more batch. Waste another and I'll stop the firing. People and grain will be stopped. The first batch is already wasted. Bring the kill board and spread it for record keeping. How long did the high fire hold steady? In the second half, the wood was wet and the fire couldn't stay on. Top layer was burning strong. Bottom layer was stifled. 3 buckets of clay. I measured wrong. Forgot to record 1 bucket of limestone. Didn't update the board when supplementing later. Even a kid dares to touch unweighed materials. If you made a mistake, just write it down. Which step was wrong? Who found it? How was it fixed? Right, clearly measuring wrong isn't the scariest thing. Not knowing where you went wrong can be fatal. Second kill, limestone. Half a bucket of clam clay for construction. Coarse material at the bottom, fine at the top. Pick the dry wood first for the top. High fire, hold for 1 more hour. You, come here. One leg has fallen off. Release the water. Oh. Rubble explosives use this water. Can't break through the wall. How do you mix this ash? The formula is written on the wooden board. Kill firing time. Powder fineness is also lacking. None of this matches this batch. Small scale firing. Focus first on embankment, canal gates, and workshop. No private sales allowed. No using expansion as an excuse to waste firewood. Just fired 1 batch, and you already dare to build roads. Roads are the lifelines. If lifelines are blocked, grain stays in the warehouse, iron stays in the shed, and when the flood hits, nothing reaches the fields.